Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone is having a great Friday. Well, today we are going to be starting this one, and it is called Osprey. I looked up the word Osprey and it doesn't look a thing like this, so if you know what this actually is, I am more than willing and happy enough to change the title to this if I find out what this true bird really is. Alright, we are going to be starting on these purple flowers. The color is 208, and it's kind of a reddish purple, if you will. Just really, really pretty. So, there you go. Yeah, I looked that up, and that is not what that looks like, but maybe they look different in other countries. Just saying for a friend, because yeah, I was confused. But you know, sometimes titles don't match exactly of what they are, so you know how this goes. So what it's a mystery. It's a mystery. And that's my bell. No, nothing exciting going on. You knew I had to hit it at least once per every time I stitch or open something. Oh my goodness, yesterday was kind of different. So I went to the grocery store. I was bound and determined I was going to make stuffed cabbage rolls. Oh my goodness, we will never ever do that again. So it's not that they tasted bad, but they were, you know, I always thought that making kung pao chicken or stir-fried stuff was hard. Not hard, but just time-consuming. There would be the word. Yeah. And by all means, we have to make a big batch of this, so I made it in a 13x9 pan, and it made about 10 cabbage rolls. The steps and the stuff, and it was just too much. Yeah. It took me from, let's say 11 o'clock until about 2 to get that done. The things that had to be done to make that, yeah. And it cooked, I swear. Now, I'm at high altitude, so things happen at high altitude that don't happen at normal, my altitude, I should say. Yeah. It took forever to cook. I did exactly what everybody said. I looked it up on YouTube. I must listen to at least 5 different videos, 5 different takes on how you make this. Yeah, no, we're not doing that again. In the time it took to make that, I could have made, what is it, crab rangoon, or my, what do you call it? My egg rolls or kung pao chicken. I could have made kung pao chicken twice. Yeah, no. But it tasted okay. Everything was fine, so I'll be freezing those for a hot moment. But, yeah. Oh my goodness. So needless to say, I had those for late afternoon lunch and dinner, and then I shoved everything in the refrigerator and closed the door. So, oh well, now we know. Now we know. Stitched on the hairpins and the, what do you call them? Poppies. Almost said peonies. I got those over there too, but that's not what I stitched on. And watched Bridgerton. So, through part 2. Yeah, or season 2, I mean, not part 2. Oh, geez. Yeah, moving on. So, watch that, a little bit of YouTube. Tried to lay down and take a nap. That didn't work out so hot. So, didn't sleep much there. Went to bed early, so yay! Fun times to be had by all. Oh, goodness. Anybody doing anything exciting this weekend? Going anywhere? I don't know. It's May, you know, like after May, so I just wonder if they have any, like, May festivals, that kind of thing. Mother's Day will be here before you know it. And then we'll be right on to Memorial Day. I was looking up festivals in China, and evidently, just this is an FYI, May 31st are the Dragon Boat festivals in China. Had no clue. But it just seems like they're all kind of on a hiatus for some reason, and it must be something that I couldn't find. So, we'll see. Yeah, I'm really looking forward tomorrow to starting that hummingbird one. I think it'll be beautiful. Just beautiful. And it doesn't look real difficult, you know, like not a lot of confetti. It's not overly big. So, might be something I can just stitch section by section by section. We'll see. We will see. But with all those pretty flowers, how can you not, you know? It reminds me of those, I call them Tai Chi. They were like yin and yang thing. And I got those from several stores, I think. You know, when I was collecting them all. Had to have them all. Yeah. But there is one there that has two birds. So that kind of reminded me of that. I don't remember what it was called per se. I don't even know if they still have those. It's not like I've been looking for them, you know, or anything after I collected every one of them that I wanted. Not necessarily all that they had to offer, because they did have some landscape ones at, you know, some point. But they sure were pretty. I haven't had them out in a coon's age. I was working on those poppies, and I wondered where my, do you remember the one with the cat laying down? And there's poppies all around him. I haven't stitched on that in a hot moment either. I think that's an 11 count, I think. I can't remember. But yeah. So pretty. And it does have some confetti in it, but it really makes... Where is the hole? The cat pop out of there with all those beautiful red flowers. Just gorgeous. I stitched quite a bit on it. So yeah, might have to get that one out and play with it for a while. Well, if we could just figure out which direction we need to go here. They're kind of scattered, so it's not like you can go up and down and do a flower. No, that'd be too easy. But there is only maybe 3 or 4 other symbols, but they're not confetti. You could go along and do all the flowers with that color, especially on these smaller ones. I like to do that. Get rid of this before it comes out of the needle. Sure is a pretty purple. Looks kind of like a muted jelly bean color, because it's not bright like a jewel tone. Huh, weird. Well, let me put that needle away before I lose it. I did not use the needles from the kit. Why, I'm not real sure. Just happened to have 2 small needles there. I did use that, what? I'll show you, hang on. As soon as I don't drive that up my finger. It's got like the seam ripper on one side. I'm trying to get it in the light. And the needle threader for really fine needles. I've used it a couple of times on a 14 count. And it worked really well. Usually, you know, my experience with those kinds of needle threaders, they just pull right out. But not those, because, you know, all we used to have in the day was that silver thing with the thing attached. Yeah, you might get one needle threaded before it came undone. But, yeah. So I haven't been in the habit of using those too much, but I thought, well, hell, it's right there. And I was having some difficulty getting the thread in the needle that I was using at the time. And it worked just great. I do like those cats. I don't know if I can get to them. No. The little tiny... Oh, it's... Never mind. It's attached to the belt thing. And those worked really well, too. They were really secured. I just forget that they're up there, because they're about as big as a minute. And God forbid you lay that thing down. It'll be gone in no time. So that I have them on a... what do you call it? Safety pin. And the safety pin is attached to one of the strings on the bell, just so I won't use them. I don't know why I did that, because it's counterproductive. You can't use it then, because you got to take it all off, and yeah, no. Didn't work so hot. Okay, you gotta go. Some days those things work really well, and others not so much. They create too much of a shadow. So, yep, not going anywhere this weekend. Again. My daughter had something to do with the kids this weekend, so wasn't a good weekend to go anywhere. Oh, goodness. So I will be staying home. Yesterday, it was cold. I mean, chilly, because it wasn't freezing cold, but it was just cloudy and gray and looked like rain, and it did rain a couple of times, but nothing for any long amount of time. And yeah, the sun finally did come out for maybe an hour or two, but we still had those clouds hanging around. It was just weird. So hopefully today will be warmer. There wasn't a whole bunch of wind. I mean, it had gust and then nothing for an hour and a half, too, you know. So it wasn't like it was a steady wind. So I was thrilled sick about that. Probably could have sat out on the porch, but I was afraid it was going to rain. And you don't want to get these in the rain at all. So, yep. Fun times. So I want to be able to sit down on the porch. And it was so crappy out. Of course, I was running around trying to make the cabbage rolls. So by the time I thought about sitting in my chair, the day was over almost. Yeah, fun times. But it wasn't real pretty out. So I kind of like sitting there and looking at the blue sky And seeing the birds, they come and eat at the bird feeder. So yesterday I had two. Oh, what the heck is that nonsense, little girl? I had two doves out there just eating away, because now that bird food, part of it's tiny, and then the rest of it, oh, they're about the size of, say, a pencil eraser, maybe a little bit small, you know, the end of a pencil eraser. And so they don't, the little birds don't eat that, so they leave it all there, but those big birds, they came along and ate all that big stuff. So I was about ready to just trash it and, you know, start again. Yeah, we won't get that bird food again. I will not mix stuff. They're better off with all that small stuff, because we just don't get, those are the first two big, huge birds that I've seen. Sometimes we'll get magpies, though. They're a little bit bigger, and they try to push, but I haven't this year yet. They'll try to push the little birds out, so I don't know what I was thinking when I got that bird feed, but yeah, it was kind of a fail. So I might get some finer stuff to mix in with what I have here, but I'd just kind of like to get rid of it. They had bird food, I call it bird food, bird seed, on sale when I got that, because I could get two 20-pound bags for $20. So yeah, that wasn't a deal. And here we are, we still have it. All right, guys, I think, come back, put that right down there and attach. That way it doesn't dangle. Let me turn it around. So yeah, I don't know what other colors are going in there. Probably shades of purple. Oh, sorry. No wonder you can't see it. Holy cow, we are so with it today. So yeah, that didn't take too long to go around all that. So there's just a little bit more of that color, and then it'll be done. I mean, with that color. I probably won't run out that color and then start on another one. I'll just figure out what goes next in each of those flowers. Alright, guys. Thank you for joining me today. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. That way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe. Stay healthy. We'll see you next time. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.